Discover the story of the lunar goddess, a goddess of incomparable beauty, forbidden loves, and a destiny linked to the eternal night. Do you dare to delve into the mystery of the moon and learn the secrets of Selene? In ancient times, when the first settlers of the Italian peninsula raised their eyes to the firmament, the moon was a constant and mysterious presence that awakened their awe and reverence. Its silvery light illuminated the nights, guiding travelers and marking the cycles of nature. For these ancient peoples, the moon was more than just a celestial body. It was a supernatural force that ruled their lives and destinies. Over time, the fascination with the moon became intertwined with the beliefs and traditions that shaped Roman mythology. The Romans personified this nocturnal star in the figure of Selene, a powerful and enigmatic deity who became one of the most revered in their pantheon. In those days, when the gods walked among mortals, it is said that Selene was the daughter of the Titans, Hyperion and Ti, who ruled the celestial cosmos. Her brothers were Helios, the god of the sun, and Eos, the goddess of dawn, forming a celestial triad that governed the cycles of day and night. Selene was considered the most beautiful of the three deities, with ivory skin and silver hair that reflected the brightness of the moon. Her beauty was such that even the most powerful gods were captivated by her presence. "Sister Selene," said Helios on one occasion, "your silver light illuminates the nights like no other, guiding mortals on their paths and awakening the admiration of the gods themselves." Selene smiled humbly at her brother's flattery. "It is an honor to be the guardian of the night, Helios. While you bring the warmth of the day, I offer the serenity and mystery of darkness." According to Roman mythology, Selene was the daughter of the Titans Hyperion and Ti, who ruled the celestial cosmos from their ethereal realms. Hyperion was the lord of celestial fire, whose fiery flame illuminated the heavens, while Ti was the titan of prophetic vision, capable of glimpsing the mysteries of the future. In the days of yore, Hyperion and Ti decided to beget an offspring that would embody the beauty and mystery of the night. Thus, Selene was born, a deity whose grace and charm captivated all celestial beings. "Behold our daughter, Hyperion," Ti said proudly. "Her ivory skin and silver hair reflect the moonlight, and her beauty surpasses even that of the fairest nymphs." Hyperion nodded, marveling at the sight of his newborn daughter. "She is truly a jewel among the gods, Ti. Her presence will bring light to the darkest nights and guide mortals on their paths." Along with Selene, her siblings Helios and Eos were also born, forming the celestial triad that would govern the cycles of day and night. Helios, the god of the sun, brought the warmth and light of day, while Eos, the goddess of dawn, heralded the dawn with her morning glow. As they grew older, the three brothers developed their domains and responsibilities. While Helios and Eos ruled the diurnal realms, Selene became the ruler of the night, riding across the sky in a chariot drawn by two winged horses. The Romans venerated Selene not only for her beauty, but also for her wisdom and her connection to the cycles of nature. The moon was believed to govern the rhythms of life, influencing the growth of crops, the reproduction of animals, and the menstrual cycles of women. Selene was the undisputed ruler of the night, traveling the firmament in a chariot drawn by two majestic winged horses. Her presence illuminated the darkness with a silvery glow, guiding travelers and lovers under the cloak of darkness. Selene's chariot was a masterpiece of divine craftsmanship, forged by the most skilled smiths of Olympus. Its wheels were made of pure silver, reflecting the moonlight like liquid mirrors. The spokes were thin threads of gold strung together with unsurpassed mastery. The chariot itself was sculpted from precious wood, carved with intricate motifs that evoked the mysteries of the night. The horses pulling the chariot were creatures of ethereal beauty, with manes that seemed to be made of silver threads and eyes that sparkled like sapphires. Their hooves left trails of light wherever they stepped, as if the very firmament opened up in their wake. They were swift as the wind and graceful as the moonbeams that pierced the clouds. Selene drove her chariot with incomparable skill, guiding her winged steeds through the night sky. She was often depicted wearing a crescent moon crown and a silver veil that billowed in her wake, enhancing her unparalleled beauty. The Romans believed that Selene watched everything that happened on Earth during the night and was witness to the innermost secrets of mortals. It was said that nothing escaped her watchful gaze, from palace intrigues to the furtive encounters of lovers. On nights of the full moon, when Selene's chariot shone in all its splendor, the Romans would gather to worship her and ask her favors. Farmers begged for abundant harvests, sailors for favorable winds, and lovers for the blessing of eternal passion. "O Selene, goddess of the night," prayed a young man in love, "light my beloved's path to me, and may your silver light be a witness to our eternal love." Selene listened to all prayers with benevolence, dispensing her favors to those who showed devotion and purity of heart. Her chariot tirelessly traveled the firmament, bringing the light of the moon to every corner of the earth. Among the most famous and captivating stories of Roman mythology is the legend of Selene's love for the mortal Endymion. Endymion was a shepherd of extraordinary beauty, a young man with golden hair and eyes the color of the sky. His beauty was such that even the most beautiful nymphs were enraptured by his presence. Yet Endymion was oblivious to his grace, for his heart was pure and his soul humble. One night, as Endymion rested in a meadow under the light of the full moon, Selene caught sight of him from her celestial chariot. The goddess was captivated by the beauty of the young shepherd, and a burning desire was born in her heart. "Behold, my faithful steeds," whispered Selene. "There lies the most beautiful being I have ever beheld. His beauty eclipses even that of the gods of Olympus." Seized by passion, Selene descended from her chariot and approached Endymion as he slept. She gazed at him at length, admiring every feature of his face, every curve of his body. And it was then that an idea took shape in her divine mind. Aware that her desire defied the laws of the gods, Selene sought the clemency of Jupiter, the highest of the Roman gods. Before him, she exposed her love and the purity of her intentions. Jupiter, moved by Selene's devotion, decided to grant Endymion a gift, an eternal sleep in which she would never grow old and would maintain her perpetual beauty. In exchange, Endymion would remain in a deep sleep, but always accessible to the goddess. "Sleep, beloved Endymion," whispered the goddess. "May your dreams be sweet and eternal, and may my silver light illuminate your nights for eternity." From then on, Selene visited Endymion every night, watching over his sleep and admiring his peerless beauty. It was said that the goddess descended from heaven to deposit soft kisses on the shepherd's lips, sharing with him her eternal love. Thus, every night, Selene meets her beloved. In the silent communion of their souls, the love of Selene and Endymion was consummated in a volatile embrace. The moon goddess, in her celestial chariot, continued her journey each night, but her heart remained with Endymion, on the hill where time and love stood still. It was said that the phases of the moon reflected Selene's mood changes. In the darkness of the new moon, Selene was at her most vulnerable. It was a time of introspection and renewal, where the goddess prepared for a new cycle. She was associated with death, rebirth, and new beginnings. As the moon waxed, Selene was filled with energy and vitality. Her silvery light intensified, illuminating the path of travelers and protecting children as they slept. She was associated with hope, growth, and creativity. At the fullness of the full moon, Selene reached its peak. Her radiant beauty bathed the earth, inspiring poets and lovers. She was associated with love, fertility, and abundance. For this reason, it was believed that the full moon had a special effect on werewolves, turning them into wild beasts during the night. Selene, with her silver light, was the only one who could calm them and control their fury. As the days passed, the moon began to wane, and Selene prepared for her rest. Her light gradually weakened, until it disappeared completely in the darkness of the new moon. She was associated with wisdom, introspection, and the end of a cycle. And also, the three graces, Aglae, Euphrosyne, and Thalia, were closely related to the lunar phases. Aglae, the goddess of splendor, was associated with the full moon. Euphrosyne, the goddess of joy, was associated with the crescent moon. And Thalia, the goddess of abundance, was associated with the waning moon. And so, Selene continued her nocturnal journey across the sky, illuminating the darkness and watching over the world. Her myth has inspired poets, artists, and philosophers throughout history, making her a legendary figure of beauty and power in both Greek and Roman mythology. This video has been created for Labyrinth of Crete. See you on an upcoming adventure.